The lights feel hot as you step onto the stage, and you feel every single eye lock onto you.
Your mouth is suddenly dry. Your carefully prepared notes now look like a completely foreign language.
This is the moment your mind disconnects, leaving you frozen in a state of pure, agonizing self-awareness. You are not thinking about your message anymore. You are only thinking about how you are failing.
So, the world tells you to fight this paralyzing fear with a list of strange and superficial tricks. You have likely heard the advice to stand in a power pose backstage for 2 minutes before you go on.
Or perhaps you were told the truly bizarre suggestion to imagine the audience in their underwear to feel superior. This is the confidence hack industry. It is a promise of control.
But these tactics fail you every single time because they are focused entirely on the wrong person, you.
They force you to analyze your own posture, your own breathing, and your own internal state of confidence.
Each trick is just another item on an internal checklist that you have to monitor while you are speaking.
This frantic self-monitoring is the very definition of stage fright, not the cure for it. It amplifies the problem.
You are taught to manage your fear, instead of understanding why the fear exists in the first place.
You are trying to win a battle. You are trying to perform confidence.
We have been told that public speaking is a fight against our own nerves that we must conquer with willpower.
The myth is that your fear is a personal weakness that you must simply overcome with mental toughness. Here is the truth that changes everything about how you feel when you are in front of a crowd.
Stage fright is not a crisis of confidence. It is a crisis of perception. You are not afraid of speaking in public. You are afraid of being judged in public.
This fear is a direct result of a single, flawed assumption that we have all been taught to accept. We believe that a presentation is a action performance, and that our job is to be impressive, polished, and perfect.
This framework guarantees failure. It makes you the center of the equation.
When you perceive the event as a performance, your focus turns inward, creating that agonizing self-awareness we discussed.
You check your voice. You monitor your hands. You scan their faces for approval. Every face in the crowd becomes a judge, and you are on trial for your own competence.
But what if this entire perception is wrong? What if the goal is not to #perform?
This is the profound shift that makes forgetting yourself easy, because the moment is no longer about you.
True communication is an act of generosity. It is a simple gift you are offering them.
You are not there to get applause or validation. You are there to give the audience something of value.
You are giving them your knowledge, your perspective, your passion, or a solution to one of their problems.
Your purpose is not to look smart. Your purpose is to be useful, to be clear, to be helpful.
This shift from performance to generosity changes the direction of energy in the room completely.
A performance is a demand for approval, while an act of generosity is a simple offering with no ego.
When your goal is generosity, the crushing weight of perfection dissolves, because gifts do not need to be perfect.
They just need to be sincere. They simply need to be given freely to the audience.
The audience is no longer a panel of critics. They become the recipients of your focus and your empathy. You stop asking, "How am I doing?" and you start asking the much more important question, "How are they doing?"
You start asking if they are understanding, if the message is landing clearly, and what they need to hear next.
Suddenly, all that intense energy that was locked inside you, creating anxiety, has a clear place to go. It flows outward from you. It becomes focused entirely on serving the listener's needs. You are no longer managing your fear, and you replaced it with a much stronger feeling, a true sense of purpose. This is the secret. Stop trying to impress them and simply focus on giving them something of value. This shift from performance to generosity is activated by a simple process I call the external focus method. This is not a pre-speech hack. It is a fundamental redesign of your attention. It is a system for channeling all that nervous energy outward, transforming it from a source of panic into a tool for connection.
You must stop managing your fear. You must start managing your focus.
This process begins long before you ever step onto the stage, during the preparation phase of your work. Your preparation must stop being about memorizing a script perfectly, which only reinforces the idea of a performance. Instead, all of your preparation must be organized around a single, generous question. What is the one thing they need? This becomes your anchor. It is the true north of your presentation, keeping your purpose externalized. It is not what you want to say. It is what they need to hear.
When you review your slides, you are not checking for your own mistakes. You are checking for their clarity. This reorientation means you arrive at the event already focused on their needs, not your own internal anxieties. The first 30 seconds you are on stage are the most critical for setting your perceptual direction.
Your old habit is to look down. You look at your notes, at your feet, anywhere but at them. This new system demands that your very first action is an external one, an act of intentional connection.
You must find a friendly face. You simply connect with one person for a moment.
Then, you will consciously scan the room, not as a sea of potential critics, but as individuals.
You are not looking for judgment. You are looking to see who is here and to acknowledge their presence.
Once you begin speaking, you will maintain this external focus by initiating a continuous feedback loop. This is an active, moment-to-moment process of observing, adjusting, and then delivering your message to them.
First, you must observe the audience with genuine curiosity, moving your attention from person to person.
Are they following along? Are they confused by that last point? Are they nodding in agreement? Second, you must adjust your delivery based on the information you are receiving from their body language.
Maybe you need to slow down. Maybe you should repeat that concept in a different way.
Finally, you deliver your next thought directly to them as a response to what you have just observed.
This simple loop makes the speech a dynamic conversation rather than a one-way, static performance. Inevitably, your mind will try to drift back to itself. That old performance anxiety will try to return.
The fear will spike. You will suddenly think, how am I doing? Or, I messed that up.
When this perceptual drift happens, you must not treat it as a failure. It is a perfectly normal reflex.
Do not fight the feeling. Do not spiral into panic over the panic. Your only job is to acknowledge the feeling and then immediately re-engage the external focus method.
You must use your anchor as a reset button, reminding yourself of the one idea you are there to give.
Find another face in the crowd. Ask yourself, what does he need to hear right now?
This system is easy, not because the fear vanishes instantly, but because it gives you a simple, repeatable action. You are no longer trying to suppress your fear. You are just giving your attention a more important job to do.
Remember, the paralyzing fear you feel on stage is not a personal failure. It is a perceptual error.
You are not afraid of speaking. You are afraid of being judged as a performer.
You have been trying to impress an audience when your only job is to serve them. This single shift from performance to generosity is the simple insight that changes absolutely everything for you.
The external focus method is the system that makes this shift practical, pulling your attention away from your anxiety.
You replace that internal panic with an external focus on generosity, on your anchor, and on the audience's needs.
This is how you forget yourself. You give your focus a more important job to do.
This is not a hack to trick your brain. It is a permanent change in your purpose. It truly is easy, actually. You just need to stop performing and finally start giving. Click here to watch our next video on how to apply this same principle of generosity to your daily meetings.